Reflection crazy, y'all. They're reflecting crazy. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Offseason presented by Cardinal Studios, which is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Y'all, it's been a very, very, very long time. We've had technical difficulties. I travel a lot. We have had a change in schedule. We haven't posted since like maybe 3-4 weeks before the draft, and we've recorded a ton since then. You may or may not see that, but here we are right now.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to do.
Let's just go ahead and get on what's going on like this week, y'all. So like trades have been going on. I hope I'm not peeking on the mic because I'm excited, y'all. It's been a minute since I've seen y'all beautiful faces in this realm, you know what I'm saying? And football's been moving, y'all. So like, let's just go. The biggest trade probably, can we say in the last at least 10 years, Myles Garrett to the Rams?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, definitely.
You know, for a very like little to nothing, right? They gave up a few. Let me pull up the compensation. I know they gave up Jared Verse, and then they gave up like a first and like a future. Like the Rams got them,
second
bro.
and a third.
But isn't the second and third like a future second and third? Like it's not even until like 27 and 28.
Yeah, the 27 first round, a 28 second round, and a 29 third. That doesn't even really make sense, the 29 pick.
Okay.
I can think of a lot of teams that probably would have done that. Granted, having Jared Verse in your back pocket is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think the deal would have got done if they didn't give up Jared Verse, because he's good and he's you're not replacing like player for player, but like he still plays the same position. He's a good young player. He's not gonna be Myles Garrett, but
how many years has he been in the league? Does anyone know?
2, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
He was Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I do remember hearing that. Okay. He's 25 years old.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty good.
Okay.
Definitely not Myles Garrett good, but we'll see.
And, shout out, moving on. Shout out to my man's Mike, who isn't here right now. We'll catch y'all. Y'all catch him on another episode. You know what I'm saying? All love to my man's. But man, Philly coughed up AJ Brown, and we knew it because I
think we talked about that already in another episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we kind of foresaw it coming. And then we didn't get to talk. Right. And we didn't necessarily get to talk to it leading up to it, but everyone was pointing towards the Patriots and him reuniting with Mike Vrabel, which he did play for in Tennessee, when he got drafted. So there's a lot of things that I have to comment on about the Patriots, but we'll keep it, player-based. Another thing that I thought that was kind of actually really disrespectful is that, like, because I know players do this, but I don't know anyone that's actually come out and said this. It was an interview we had with someone. I apologize to the young woman who was interviewing him, but he said something along the lines of, like, he generated those headlines to get him out of Philadelphia. And, like, people, like, divas, especially on sports, will say things to, like, generate to get him out. But, like, to after the fact come out and be like, like, I won because I planned this. Like,
yeah, some snake type shit, bro. It's weird.
You want him in your locker room?
Weird. Yeah. I wouldn't want him.
Like,
I wouldn't want that shit. I don't need that energy or that shit. Like, I'm good.
Okay, we all know Dan Campbell would not like that kind of energy being brought into his locker room. So
I know Brian Schottenheimer wouldn't go for it either. George Pickens is a reach. I don't even want to do it in my lobby. So
George Pickens and AJ Brown on the team would be fucking insane, bro.
That would be bad.
Fighting, bro.
I was gonna say, the cornerbacks would be hurting every game.
Yeah,
bro,
he's scary to defend, but he's scary to coach them niggas, like, or to share the ball among them for the quarterback.
Good luck, bro. Why'd you throw it to me? I was open. Like, well,
yeah. Philly wouldn't have sent him off to Dallas in the first place, and we don't want to take on this $27 million anyway. We got another guy that's asking for more than that. So
there you go.
I see that the Patriots got a 2028 first round for Him not even a 27 first. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's fair. And Philly was holding out for the same compensation that they got. I believe it seemed like they were trying to hold out to get the same compensation that, they gave up to get AJ Brown, but that's not how we're human beings as athletes, but that's not how cars work. You get it off the lot, it depreciates over time. These athletes are taking hits over time. You know what I mean? So
right.
The fact that like we all knew he was going to get traded, they still got a first is
kind of
like they couldn't negotiate only a second for him or some shit. Like the fact that they.
Yeah,
I don't understand the 2028 thing. I guess they like came to a deal and like they had to agree, but that's.
I could understand like to a degree why you would give up a first, because like on one hand Philly could look at it and be like, or sorry, the Patriots could look at it and be like I know you're gonna give them up, so like why should I could just kind of sit back, but like. On the inverse of that, AJ Brown's still a very talented wide receiver that like other people could be calling Philly too, and they might have even been bluffing that too. How business works. They could be like, yeah, I just got a call from Cleveland, and they're offering me a first and 28. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows the other teams the Eagles are negotiating with?
I believe there's one more trade I'm blanking on right now. That just took place.
There might be. I think I might have seen something about it, but I didn't look too deep into it. I wonder.
We have Myles Garrett. We had AJ Brown.
Those are the only two I see from Google AI, at least recent trades.
I was looking at another one earlier that I wanted to touch on, but I'm not seeing it right now. It's okay. And it's not really blockbuster, but Jared Goff, Jesus Christ.
Hey, whoa.
Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills just got a new wide receiver, a new toy, and DJ Moore via trade from the Bears.
Yikes.
So he's out of your division now, and now into the AFC East.
We still play him.
You gotta play the Bills this year.
We play them the second week at the Bills.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and segue right on into that. You know what I'm saying? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we got predictions for y'all for respectively the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, and the Baltimore Ravens. I blinked out there.
I'm okay.
So we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. Make sure that we can see for y'all that are listening and coming back. Thank y'all again for coming back and listening to us. If you're watching, y'all get to see us live kind of going through and picking up our win-loss predictions on the season. So I'm going to go ahead and get it kicked off here. Can y'all see this?
Yes, I can.
Cool. So with my Dallas Cowboys, America's team, you feel me? Week 1, we got the New York. We're at New York. I'm going to go ahead and give us a win because that's just, we're not going to say win-loss. It's a win.
Real.
It's just, we open up against New York all the time. They're a different team now. I just think we're a better team, especially that early. So week 2, Washington's coming home to us. Nothing really scares me there, especially in our division. At home, we have a lot of questions around Jaden Daniels, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that as a W. Week 3, home game, y'all. Home game in Rio de Janeiro against the Baltimore Ravens.
Spain or Brazil, I mean.
Yeah. So this, I'm actually really excited about this game. I wish I had the bread. Someone go ahead and sponsor us so we can get out to these games, these international games. You feel me?
I'm going to go. Send me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about just me. This whole crew going to be out there broadcasting. Anyway.
Tickets.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this one. I want to see this as a win, especially like not really knowing what the Baltimore Ravens are right now. I mean, we can kind of piece it together based off of their coaching staff, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an L for us, just to be a realist here. We haven't beat Baltimore in some time too, so like no, I'm giving us a win there.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm thinking about our rosters on some real shit right now, and from what I've seen, it's early. That's what this is about anyway. It's all hot takes anyway. I got us winning this one. Week 4 at Houston, man, that's tough. I mean, I can see CJ Stroud throwing us a game, but I'm still gonna go ahead and give us an L there.
Yeah, the defense is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to overcome. I mean, top offense last year, but that's a tough one. Tampa Bay's coming to us at home. Man, I ain't never scared. I'm going to get that a W. Plus, there's a little bit of debacle going on there at the quarterback position. Last thing I heard with Baker Mayfield, I think he's trying to get paid. He's unhappy. The wide receiver room is young. Anyways, dub. At Green Bay, man. There's a couple factors that come into this. Michael Parsons should be just coming off of an injury at this point.
Oh, know he's coming back for that.
Maybe game 1, game 2 for this.
Tucker Kraft too. Can't forget. Don't forget about him. Tucker Kraft would be coming back too from his injury as well.
Okay.
So.
Tucker Kraft. Shouts out.
We tied with them last year, and I think they were a better team on paper last year, and I think we're a better team on paper this year. I sound like a diehard, but I'm gonna go ahead and say W. At Philly, nah. Just because that's tough. I mean, we do have the graces of seeing them earlier in the season. It's not going to be a cold weather game. Especially if we actually look this hot, I could see us to start throwing in a couple L's in here. Man, at home, I struggle with this. I really do. Home against Arizona, we have not beat the Arizona Cardinals, in a long time. I mean, it's been
a trap game.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we got smoked by them last year. They're a lesser team this year, kind of like what I was saying about the other comparison. We're a better team this year. We've actually got a couple players from their roster and coaches. Thank you. Trap game L. You know, for some reason, like I know we're a better team. For some reason, we lose that game. At Indy, you know, nothing necessarily scares me there except for Jonathan Taylor, and I got this theory about running backs that pop off for a season. Their second season's a down year, so
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and that's a Downs game too, right there. So that'll be fun to watch. You know, Caleb Downs and his brother. I don't know if they'll be necessarily covering each other as much, or he'll be covering them as much, but fun to watch. Week 10, San Francisco's coming home. This is a game, just like Green Bay, just like Arizona, that this is the team that we always stumble on, especially in the playoffs. I got us like, this is just a different team. Like from coaching down, this is a different team. This is a W. Screw you, San Fran. Tennessee, I'm not even going to get into that. At home against Philly, I think we split with Philadelphia. It's a W. Seattle, I think that's at Seattle, I believe. I might have misput that. I think this is at Seattle. Either way, I don't have us winning this. I would like to see where they are. I should have looked at their schedule ahead of time to kind of see where they are and like desperate team theory and all that stuff. But that's good. We're gonna do a week by week as well. So like based off of this, we're gonna kind of give our predictions going into the week as well. So really loose, really fun. Hopefully for you guys to kind of see like our predictions on our teams. Week 15. Week 14 bye. I got us losing that. Week 15.
God damn, that's a late bye week.
It's a really tough schedule because they give us like all these like. That'll be it for debate later. I think having a week 14 bye and having a home game 10 hours away didn't really do us a lot of favors, but we do have a few, we have 2 Thanksgiving weeks in this season. And by that, I mean, before Thanksgiving somewhere early on, we had like 10 games in a week or in like 2 weeks or something like that, or 10 games. 3 games in 10 days is something like that, but we get like another little bye in there. It happens every year because we get the Thanksgiving game, but it's happening twice now.
Yep.
So I do think that we'll have a little bit of, I mean, during those stretches, it'll be tough. And I believe, again, I think it's like somewhere with like, I think it's like Houston, Tampa, Green Bay or something like that, where you're playing a lot really in a short span of time.
I see the Eagles, Cardinals, and the Colts. Y'all play October 26th, November 1st, and then November 8th. That's like the split between the Cardinals and the Colts is a week, but that October 26th to the 1st, that's what, 6 days?
And I got that being an L too. So I'm sticking with that. Yeah, Philly, home to Arizona, and then at Indiana. Is that what you're talking about, that stretch?
Yeah, and then the Texans and the Bucks, that's only 4 games or 4 days off. Y'all play on the October 4th and October 8th.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, they cooked y'all with some of
and
this.
then you got 10 days until your next game between the Bucks and the Packers. Like, what?
Which is where, that's what I'm saying. Like, and especially with all those things considered in a long break, I definitely could see us taking a W there at Green Bay.
Yeah, I can too.
Wrapping this up, we've got 3 games at LA. Man, we just talked about it. Just L.
It's gonna be a tough game.
I mean, I think it'll be a really good game to watch because on paper, I think both teams are. I think both teams are balanced. One's got a lot of star power, but I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch. At home to the Jags, man, I ain't never scared of a man that looks like Lord Farquaad. Anyways,
Lord Farquaad's crazy.
Week 17. We got the Giants again at home. Jackson Dart. I love watching the guy. Like, that's the thing I hate. And we even just said, earlier in the offseason, us starting off saying that this is the team to watch.
Yep.
Not against my Cowboys, dub.
A lot of drama with them this year.
There's Malik Neighbors. I mean, there's a lot of questions with them now. Like, did y'all see that video? I'm going to get into that real quick. Did y'all see the video of Malik Neighbors running to first base at, like, the home run derby or whatever the fuck it was?
I actually haven't. No, that's funny.
Homeboy should not have been out there. Let's just leave it at that.
And also, the players been getting hurt in practice and shit, too. Like, Harbaugh out there coaching the fuck out of these niggas, brother.
We're in OTAs.
Yeah, like...
and then, to wrap it off, week 18 at Washington. Man, looking at that schedule, I am a homer.
I'm dead.
I think Washington, though, is a team that is going to be very well coached. I think looking at this, we're going to be 11-5 going into this week. Washington might have something to be playing for. I don't think that we're going to be putting all of our cards into that basket. So I think that's going to be an L. And I got us finishing out the season at 11-6 to be at the top of our division. I will say we're going to win our division. We're going to the playoffs. What happens beyond that, I'm not going to speak on until I watch them actually play football. So
11-6 is reasonable, bro. Not like you said they're going to win like 14 games or something like that. Would be
right.
Yeah.
And 11-6 is very reasonable, honestly.
100% agree with you.
I think they'll probably win more than that, but like 11 or 12.
I can see it too.
Less than that.
I wanted to, like I kept alluding to, I don't want to be too much of a homer, but a lot of these games are winnable, and a lot of these games are like psychological games, like Arizona, San Fran, and Green Bay are psychological games.
Right. I think
just from the history.
I mean, okay, and don't take this as me like doubting you guys, because I promise you right now I'm not like doubting and nothing, but I feel like your guys' floor would be 9, at least 9 at the floor.
Oh yeah, no, that's super fair. Like on a bad season could be a 9 and 8 season easily. Yeah,
like I 100% could say that because we just fucking did it. So I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like.
I'm weak.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely see your guys' floor being 9. If I could say, I think ceiling. I think your ceiling's 14. I said if you're really like on the ball with things, I could have pushed it to about 14
wins too.
Yeah, I could say like 13, 14, somewhere around there. But I see, I'm gonna stick with my guns here. I'm gonna say 13 because like I'll give you guys 2 lower and 2 higher, than where you'd be sitting at, and I think that'd be reasonable. That's a 4-game window to stay within that point. But I see you guys being a good team this year. No doubt aside, like if I encountered you guys this year, I'd be a little scared. I'd be a little worried,
top 5 offense in the league. Top 1 in a lot of numbers. Bottom 32 and a lot of stats on defense. If we could just get middle of the pack, and with the record that we put out, if we could just get middle of the pack, that's a couple stops of a difference in a game. Like that's, you know, we couldn't stop a running nose last year. So,
yeah, it definitely, some of those games I think will kind of spin, and I'm speaking on behalf of like my team here too. It's definitely going to rely on your defense. I think you have a very strong offense that can definitely, you know, put points on the board. But if you're going to end up looking like Cincinnati and have shitty ass defense and have fantastic offense, and you put up 40 some odd a game and you still lose,
right?
Like, that, obviously,
they're both
don't want
the
that to
same.
happen.
Both teams are both the same.
And like, to be honest with you, like if this team goes the way I envision it, we're not going to be we're going to be averaging 20, 25, you know, 28 points a game, not 40 points, because we're not trying to keep up with the other offense. It should be
exactly,
formidable yards. You get the lead, run the ball, and not catch up and, you know, going 1 for 1 for Russell against Russell Wilson. Like, that's just crazy.
Right. And that I agree with.
Yeah, so that's me.
Do you want to? Are we going into like any of like scores, or are we just gonna recap like that in terms of?
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it like that. I'm gonna get into. I think we'll touch on scores as we get into like the end of the preseason. We'll start doing some predictions. Gotcha. But you know, some players can go down. You know, during mini camp and training camp, and players can get traded still. Free agency signings, and who knows what can come. You know, of tomorrow. Just like we were shocked by the Myles Garrett trade. So
yeah,
I think for me, I feel pretty safe with this prediction. Just like, even if there were to be a massive change on some of these teams, I still would feel pretty comfortable with where these sit.
100%.
No hot takes out here.
Not yet.
So next up, we're going to go ahead and switch it over to, let me scroll up, to Isabella's. She's going to take over and cover her predictions for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I got you. So last year I may or may not have hit the prediction right on the ball. And unfortunately, I'm gonna just looking off of what I have predicted. Unfortunately, I don't want to be right again. If I'm being honest, I really don't want to be right. However, if I am, I think we still have a shot to make the playoffs. I'm just gonna preface that right now. But we're going to kick it off here. The Saints coming to us. I don't really think I need to talk too much about that game, in all honesty. I can see that being
the Saints.
For right now, I'm not sure what I'm able to see potential-wise out of the Saints. If I'm just...
Tell him more, that boy Wonder.
I mean, look, if we lose, that's just Detroit, okay? Let's just... All right.
Hey,
anyway.
It's week 1. There's going to be some upsets.
You know what? And I could 100% see us being one of them that get upset.
I could too.
But the slight optimist in me is saying let's take that dub. You feel me? Let's get on a good footing here. Which then leads us to the Bills. Look, I'm gonna give us a loss because last time we encountered the Bills, it was like a 40 game between us, but we were that team that was playing catch up. We cannot play catch up that well as just a team in general, at least from our offense. From that standpoint, I mean,
I like Jared Goff, but I think like they showed it in the Super Bowl when they played the Patriots. Like if you get pressure on him, like he turns into a different quarterback. Or if he's again, you're playing from behind. Like if he's playing in rhythm and everything's going on, playing like he's really good, throws the accurate ball, but the moment you start hitting his ass, just like kind of like Tom Brady, like you can start getting pressure on him because he's not mobile, like or he's playing with it behind, like it's a wrap. Honestly, it's a wrap.
Yep, and I mean, we saw that a couple years ago playing the Commanders when Jaden Daniels literally ran all over us when we went 15-2. I never want to go 15-2 again, by the way, after that.
That was your Super Bowl for that year.
That's our bad juju right there. But yeah, I'm just gonna say just gonna scrap it, take an L, move forward. Move forward to the Jets. Please tell me Aaron Glenn is not gonna rock our shit because I'm giving us a W. Again, same kind of mindset with the Saints. Don't really see much potential. I mean, and like I hate to just speak on that because I don't do as much research with like the Saints or the Jets and some of the other teams that I'm gonna discuss here. But if the team scares me, I'm gonna mention it. Like I know Brandon mentioned when he's not that afraid of the Jaguars. To be honest with you, I am. From my team, I'm worried about the Jaguars because I mean, they were good last year. I don't know if it's going to be a hot take. Not as hot take as one of their first episodes, if we can recall that hot take from so long ago. But I think the Jaguars, maybe not as much as the Giants, but I could see them making such good improvements in their team and becoming a team to kind of, be afraid to play against. Yeah, it's just me. I don't know. But yeah, let's just kind of move forward here. Against the Panthers, we're at the Panthers. I want to give us a dub on the road, but I can't. I think I don't know because and I don't mean to use this reasoning often, but we're Detroit. We're gonna throw some games that we shouldn't. And we're going to win some games that we also shouldn't. This is a game that I think that we should win, but I don't think we're going to just because of our nature and the way that we are. So I'm giving us an L. Do I want it to be a W sitting in that spot? Yes, I do. But it's going to sit as an L for now. Moving forward, playing the Cardinals right before our bye week. I could tell our team's going to want that bye week, so we want that dub. We want to win before we take a little break. Before we start getting into a little bit of what I like to call hell.
Y'all got the early bye week.
Yeah, we got one of the earliest bye weeks. Do I think that's going to hurt us in the long run? Yes, I do. I really hate the fact that our bye week sits in week 6.
Yeah,
I
hate
do not like weeks. That. I mean, to be fair, at least it's not week 5. At least it's not week 5.
At least it's not week 14.
True.
I'd almost rather have 14 than bye week. Like I don't like if it's like, again, they get their bye week 6. That means if they make the playoffs, they've been playing for how many weeks as opposed to the Cowboys if they make the playoffs.
Right.
They played like 3 weeks and then they had a bye week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, then again, if your schedule goes the way that you're saying and you win and possibly, let's say you get the number 1 seed, like let's just say it, like then you get that like couple weeks, then you get another break. Then your team should be rested and ready to go, like hypothetically, like. But for us, that shit's in week 6.
They're the worst.
That shit's in week 6, and let me tell you, we are not going number 1 seed after the Los Angeles Rams. Okay,
probably ever again.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but I mean, anyway. So moving past our week 6 bye. Should have been week 11, but anyway. Versus the Packers. Now, we play the Packers twice, play the Vikings twice, we play the Bears twice.
Division.
Thanks. I have us splitting to the Packers, I have us splitting to the Bears, and I have us winning both for the Vikings. However, I do not know where I want to put that split. at least for the Packers, they're coming to us. I can wear my cheese grater hat that day and I can be happy because I think we're going to get a win. And yes, I do actually own a cheese grater hat, and that will be worn on that day, and you will be seeing that hat in action.
We'll see y'all week 7, yo.
Catch me week 7 with my cheese head grater. I got you. And then we go right into playing the Vikings. However, they do come to us. So, I mean, hey. Do we think we could get 2 in a row? I want to be hopeful. But I'm going to give us an L there because I have us winning both. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. This is not the Bears. Hang on. Wait, no, I know this team. Whoa.
The Vikings? Yeah, I was about to say, hold on. JJ McCarthy?
Wait, I literally... JJ... Who's the other... There's another... Yeah, I was going to say...
Yeah, I think he is too.
Do I think Kyler can actually do anything for that team? with Jordan Addison and
they're a wild card. I could see them winning like 4 games this year, or winning like 12 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
They're either gonna be good or trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on what their schedule. Yeah. Please let the Kyler effect be in the negative way, so that way we don't get the 4th seed of the NFC North like we did last year. That'd be really cool. Anyway, moving on to the Dolphins. Come on.
Who's even in Miami right now? Like Jalen Brooks,
Malik Willis is their quarterback. I can't name their receivers.
Like they got a nice linebacker that we want from them, but who is Tyreek there?
See the same exact argument of who are the wide receivers for the Raiders. You know.
Oh shit! I'm dead.
If you know, you know, and if you don't know, please go back and listen to that. I think that was one of the first episodes we did together. For the love of God, if you want a big laugh and you want to hear one of my worst hot takes of all time, go back and listen to that, because I got my shit rocked within the first episode of us recording together. So if you know, you know. If you don't, go watch it. Anyway, moving forward. Patriots. Oh, now I know we talked a good bit about the Patriots. At least from Brandon's side, they're coming to us, which, you know, would be good for us. I see something, I don't know, because in the argument that I'm going to make from last year, and here's another hot take, but the reason why the Patriots got as far as they did, I'm a believer in the schedule, okay? Like, I believe the Patriots got as far. And to be honest, do I think that they could have made it that far even with a little bit of a harder schedule? I think honestly, I'm going to say no.
No, I agree.
I think it's going to be a good game. I just think the Patriots are going to outplay us. And that's just my opinion. Again, we're Detroit. We're going to throw games we shouldn't. This is another one we should be winning. But just because of the way that we are, I could 100% see us dropping it, which is why I have it there. Again, going into the whole Patriots schedule thing. I haven't actually looked at the Patriots schedule, but I know that they play us, so I'm glad they made their schedule a tiny bit harder. Because I think that we're like a decent team, and again...
their first 4 weeks suck. They play...
Oh, hell no.
They play like the Seahawks, let me see. Not to cut you off, but...
You're good.
They have like the opposite of a good schedule. They start with the Seahawks, the Steelers, the Jags, and then the Bills. Yeah, like... They're going to be cooked the first 4 weeks, I think, honestly.
Yeah. Again, I don't think the Patriots can repeat what they did last year.
Hell no.
Just point blank. But
the Super Bowl hangover real. The team that loses always typically doesn't make the playoffs next year. Yeah.
But I just think the Patriots are going to win. They need a win under their belt with the schedule they're going to have, and I think they could take it against us. With that being said, moving to the Bucs. The Bucs used to be one of our rivals, and however, I still do see them as one of our rivals. They ended up costing us in that 15-2 season, making us going 1-1 in the start. We now face them later, and that kind of worries me a little bit. I know, again, there's like talk between, Baker and everything that's happening. However, I think they're going to figure their shit out later on in the season, which I think is what's going to cause us to lose. So I'm giving us another L on that, unfortunately. But fortunately, it moves us forward to playing the Bears. Again, I have us splitting with the Bears, but the real question is when would it matter? I think it would matter in Week 17. However, I don't think we would be able to beat them in Week 17. I think we can beat them in Week 12 following the Bucs, because we might be coming off 2 straight losses. We need a win, right? I think that'd be big to get it against the Bears. And then going toward, these next couple of games make me feel a little bit happy inside. We're playing the Falcons, so give me a W, and we're playing the Titans, give me a W. I mean, hopefully those 2 losses kind of just shoot us into something like we need to lock the fuck in, right? Because then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, maybe there's hope for us. Maybe we make the playoffs. You know, we go at the Vikings. We take another dub at the Vikings for week 15. And we're like, oh my God, we're like right there. We could have a spot at the playoffs. Unfortunately, as much as I'm, you know, making us sound all nice and stuff, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have us losing out after playing the Vikings. I have us losing to the Giants because, honestly, I'm scared of the Giants. I think I've said this enough. I'm scared. I'm a little worried to play them. And if they have something to play for, just like us, we're going to lose because whenever we have pressure, like Jared Goff, we crumble. So I'm saying, at least for the Bears and the Packers as well, I think we're just going to crumble, unfortunately, putting us at 10-7 for the season. Do I see us making the playoffs? It's going to be close. It's going to be close like it was last year. Last year I had us going 9-8 and making the playoffs. However, that did not happen. In terms of the NFC, if we make it, we're getting one of the last spots. I'm going to stand by where I stood last year with it. We're going to, if we do, it's one of the last. And if we don't, I mean, I would like to say there's always next year, but we don't have much time, okay? Like, we don't have a lot of time left before it's kind of too late. So, I mean, I hate to be that guy, you know, like, hating on the last bit of our season, but I just, when it matters, majority of the time, we don't show up. And when we do, it gives us false hope. And then that false hope turns into everyone hating and bandwagoning and then leaving. Which is exactly what happened to us after going 15-2. People kind of bandwagoned off us, and then we lost, and then, you know, not everyone, but a lot of people were like, oh my God, you guys were such a good team. What happened to you? And then they all left, and left us here again. So, you know, I'm still a believer, you know, reluctantly still a believer here. Having us going 10-7, I think we could possibly squeeze into a spot of the playoffs. Do I think we could go a little bit further than the first round? I don't know. That's depends on what the cards play and who we play. But that's, you know, I guess talking about what Brandon talked about in terms of offense, you know, averaging points and whatnot, I think it definitely is going to vary for us. It literally depends on if Amon-Ra and JMO can catch a ball. Let's just be honest here. I think our running back room is still pretty good, even though we got rid of Demo, and Demo is now on the Texans. You know, Demo, I miss you. But I could see us averaging. I think I'm going to say the same around what you said, Brandon. I could see us, you know, anywhere between like 20 to 25, maybe. Because I think we're going to have some good games in there, but there might be some games where we can only put up 9 because Jake Bates can, you know, kick us 3 field goals and that's all we can snag, you know? There's going to be some days that our offense just can't do shit, you know? And our defense, like, I didn't look too hard into our defense, but I think our defense is going to be, you know, pretty decent. We haven't had, like, a terrible, terrible defense. In a bit from what I can remember. Then again, I don't remember much, as we know. But I think our defense is going to be okay, which gives us a shot, I think, to win some of these games that I mentioned. Some of them I'm being hopeful for, some of them I'm being not, and just being realistic. But yeah, I could see us having a good season. Not a really good one, not a really bad one. If I had to give, I mean, I'm not sure. I guess I could open the floor, get it literally. You guys, but I'm thinking our floor is, oh God, I don't even know. Like, what do you guys, I guess from an outside perspective, what could you possibly see our floor being?
I mean,
take a look at it.
Yeah, looking at this, I could.
Because, like, I don't know. Part of me wants to say, like, 8 or 9. But just because of the way that we are, I don't know.
Yeah, my floor would be like 8 games, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And then the ceiling, I'd say like 12 or something like that. Because that's like looking at the depth chart, this team is still good, but I don't think they're going to be as dominant as they were obviously like a couple years ago. They peaked like a couple years ago, obviously. Where was that last year when they were 15-2? Like that was they peaked, obviously.
So. 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago now. It was like 15-2, 12-5, 9-8, and now here we are. So I mean, we've fallen off by 3. So I swear to fuck, if we go 6 and like whatever 11, it's game over.
Man, you Lions fans would have been cheering for 6 dubs a couple years ago.
I mean,
5 years ago.
I'm always cheering for at least 6 dubs. I mean, that hasn't changed. But yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about the Lions. I mean, let's just hope for a good season. Let's just hope.
All right.
All right, so that leaves me with the Ravens. So week 1, I'll throw the dub and O's in there. So week 1, I'm gonna say they get a dub. Think that'll be easy, honestly. Why my shit look like that? Okay.
Got them beating the Colts. Okay.
Yeah, I think that game's gonna be ugly. Actually, I got Daniel Jones coming out there at least throwing an interception. He's gonna look like New York Daniel Jones, I bet. Week 1. The Ravens have been pretty good in week 1s. Like, I have some stats pulled up. Like, Lamar's first game, I mean, they won 59-10 week 1. His second year, they won 38-6. Even last year, they lost, but they were up like 40-25 with like 5 minutes to go or some shit like that and choked it away against the Bills. So, yeah, like I think they're gonna get an easy dub there. Saints, yeah, that's gonna be a dub. That's gonna be an easy dub. No explanation needed. Honestly, I could see that game being a little ugly too. Mainly for their defense. Like I can't name that many players on their defense. Honestly, like
is Cam Jordan still there?
I think he's still a free agent. If he is, I mean, even if he's not, he old as hell. Like
their whole team's old from like the players that I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like they lost Demario Davis, who was also old, a good linebacker, but he's on the Jets now. Yeah, I mean,
I know it's offense, but AK getting old too.
Yeah, I think their offense could be decent, but like I like Olave.
Like 5 years ago, it was AK. That would have been nice. Alvin Kamara, you know. They
have Travis Etienne now, who's good, but
right
that backfield will be decent, I think. In week 3, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm gonna put that down as a L. I was looking up some stats before this. I thought the Cowboys played out of the country more than they have, but it actually makes sense that they don't have many games outside of the country. They always send the shitty teams that nobody wants to watch outside the country.
Right. So, Jacksonville be getting sent everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
Jacksonville, the Dolphins, the Falcons, like they all like the Ravens have actually played more regular season games out of the states than the Cowboys. I thought it would be the other way, but I mean it's 2 games to 1, so it's not like one team has much more experience.
Wasn't it like London both times for Dallas?
They only played one other game, and yeah, it was in London in like 2008 or some shit. Like it was a while ago. And then the Ravens have played also in London, I believe. So
okay,
we'll see. I don't like the out of this country games. They're doing that shit in college football too. It's fucking stupid. Whatever. We've lost the point with sports.
College is kind of too young to.
Right.
Yeah, they're they're students, bro. They're student athletes. They're not professional athletes. I know it's gotten out of control to where they are damn near pros, but whatever. Whatever. Week 4, could see this being a trap game, honestly. I see the Titans being a little better than some people think they're going to be, but I'll put that down as a dub. See it being a close game. At the Falcons, I could see this being a little ugly too. I'm not gonna lie. I like their new coach, Kevin Stefanski. I got my eyes on them the first 4 weeks of the season or so. A lot of upsets happen. Teams haven't adjusted and figured out what the other team is trying to do on offense. So I could see the Falcons doing something maybe first 4 weeks, but I got them getting that ass beat week 5, I'm not going to lie. Week 6, Browns. Again, I think they could be decent. I think they could potentially make some noise, but nah, we're going to go with a dub there. Division rivals, they usually play us pretty well, but yeah, we're going to go with a dub.
No Myles
Bengals.
No Myles Garrett either.
Garrett.
Yeah, no Myles Garrett. They have pieces, but if Watson or Shador is decent, they're going to be a problem. I'm not going to lie, but that's a big if. That's a big if.
Actually, because I want y'all's opinions on it. Let me get this all up on the screen real quick. Where do y'all sit with the quarterback situation in Cleveland? Who's starting week 1? Are we following the money, or are we following what we think is the talent? Because Deshaun Watson, I think, is still sitting on one of the larger deals in NFL history.
Definitely. I mean, I think Shador starts. I think Watson's done. I think the league is done with his ass. Honestly, that's my opinion.
Who's the head coach again? It's the offensive mind. I'm blanking right now.
Todd Monken. He was the Ravens offensive coordinator.
You're Todd Monken right now. Who are you starting?
I honestly think Deshaun could play, but I think my conspiracy mind is I think the league is just done with that nigga. I think they're writing him off. That's my opinion.
When's the last time?
I don't think he'll ever play.
When's the last time?
They've got a lot there, so I mean, I guess
he played in 2024 and he only had 5 touchdowns.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he hasn't played well. He definitely hasn't played well.
I think they should, I guess, just put new talent, not new talent, but just I guess better talent. I know sometimes they want to put it out for the money, but sure, it'd be if you're gonna spend the money to get those players, use those players. But if you can cut a deal, right, then play someone else like Shador, but I don't know. Me personally, I would play my talent rather than playing the money.
Yeah, it sucks because GM brain wants to be stubborn and be well, the salary cap is giving a large percentage to this man who's going to be sitting on the bench. And the league doesn't want him, so I can't trade him. Cutting him isn't, you're still going to have salary cap implications there. But I'm with you guys on this where you kind of have to just eat that one, unfortunately, because I don't think we're ever going to see the 2017 to 2020 Deshaun Watson from the Texans who was dropping 4,800, 3,800, 4,100 yards, you know what I mean? And being a
nice
threat.
He was definitely nice.
Psychologically, I'm sure there's a lot of things that go into play there, and I'm not even I don't care to decipher where another rich man's at who's made really bad decisions, but I just don't, me personally, I'm with y'all. I would roll out the young guy, and I'm an upside guy too. What is 30-year-old Deshaun Watson, whose stats are clearly deteriorating, gonna do for me more than a quarterback who's got a lot of talent and hasn't even seen a full season start to finish as a starter? We ain't got nothing to lose anyway. We're the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna go run the young talent. So I'm sorry to cut you off there. I saw that and we were talking about the Browns, and I was thinking about that. It's the
other thing to consider is this is his last year of that deal. So
okay,
if you're the GM, say he does go out there and play well, bro, you got to pay this nigga again. They're not. That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna let that happen, bro.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let him even see the field to risk that, because then he's gonna demand money. He's not seeing the field, bro.
Unless you leverage him
not seeing the field.
as a trade, unless you can prove to the league that this guy's hot again. You know what I'm saying? Which me personally, you couldn't sell me that.
Nah,
but
he's not Tom Brady.
Nah, and he was known for being mobile, and for someone who hasn't been on the field and seen those reps in over almost 2 seasons now, I struggle. Like, the Colin Kaepernick thing's a great example where, like, we saw what he could have been. We see he can throw a football, but when you put him in a game, it's different. When you're out of the league for so long and you're not seeing the same reps, I feel like, again, I'm not where they are, but I feel like if you're out of it for so long, there's something about conditioning and there's something about the game changes every year anyway. So it's going to be a lot of catch up for a homeboy.
Right.
Definitely. So week 7, I got them splitting with the Bengals. I could see them losing this game, honestly, but we'll keep the hot streak going. We'll go dub there. Bills, as much as it pisses me off, I say they're gonna lose.
Week 13 bye. Sorry, I just saw that.
Yeah, the bye. I like where the bye is at. Bills, yeah, they have the Ravens number like all the time, so I'll chalk that up as a L. Should be. I mean, I just mentioned how they choked away and lost by 1 point last year. Jags, go with a dub. I could see them being decent. I could see that being a close game. I could even see that potentially being an L. But yeah, we'll go with a dub there. Chargers, same thing. Could low-key see that being an L also. That'd be the horrible game. You know, they're the two brothers, the coaches, playing against each other. Then it's a Monday night game too, so potential upset again, but we're going to go with a dub.
Okay.
Panthers. I see this being a dub and like an easy dub. Not a big Bryce Young fan. He's fucking tiny and just not there's nothing he does that I think stands out to me, honestly. Like, I can't think of one thing he does that is like elite. Like, he doesn't have an elite arm, elite accuracy, elite size, elite like running. Like, yeah, I don't see that game being very competitive. Texans, I could see that game being fucking ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Their defense is gonna be crazy. I don't think CJ Stroud he's playing for a contract this year. I could see him doing decent, but that defense is gonna keep him in every game. I could see Lamar Jackson picking himself up off the dirt a lot that game. Like, for real.
That week 13 bye is crazy.
Yeah, I love that bye. Especially because this first half of the schedule is really not like the Bills are a hard team to play against. The Chargers could be a hard team to play against the Texans, but like none of them are like the Rams, the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't. It's a pretty easy schedule. First half. Bucks, I could see this game being a L. Not gonna lie. Their team is pretty decent, but Baker's played against the Ravens multiple times. But it's at home in December, you know, so we're going to go with a dub there. Steelers, can't fucking stand the Steelers.
Mike McCarthy, you going to be running that one? No Malachi Lemon.
I forgot Mike McCarthy's there. We'll go with an L. I'll take them splitting with the Steelers.
No Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I guess, the Steelers,
philosophy of the team is going to be completely different.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They could win, like, they could be decent again, or they could win, like, 5 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Aaron Rodgers. Like, that ship could sink. That ship could sink real fast. Like,
I mean, look at Mike McCarthy's history in Dallas: 4-12, 12-4, 12-4, 12-4, 4-12. Like,
exactly. I don't think he's a great coach. Like, he just played with Aaron Rodgers in his prime. So, right. I could coach that nigga, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, he was a beast, yo. Like, Browns, yeah, that's a dub. It's a dub. Not really stressing the Browns, especially late in the season. Not really worried about them. Bengals, I got them splitting with the Bengals, so I could see. I mean, I have them. The way I structured the splits was I had the Ravens beating these teams at, like, the divisional teams, the Steelers and the Bengals. I had them winning at home and then losing on the road. So we'll do a dub there. Or, sorry, an L. And then Week 18 against Steelers. I hate they do these Week 18 against the Steelers all the time. They did it last year. I was working in a prison watching that game. That shit was crazy. I was not a prisoner, but I was in a prison watching the game. So I got them go.
Your games are sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like you're talking about the divisional rival games.
Yeah, the last 4 of your games is division. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, you wait.
It's dumb, bro.
That's rough. We have two.
Dumb.
We have 2 that ended up, and that's about normal. Like 4, bro. Like if y'all don't do or die right there, that's a very tough stretch.
I mean, we have 3 as well.
I just think it makes the schedule like weird. Like it's like they play all these teams that they don't typically play, like the Falcons, the Saints, the Cowboys. Like they do all that shit in like September, October, and then. Like, that's the most... I'm not really that mad about it because that's the most exciting part of the season, I'd say. Like, the season is fresh.
Right.
Typically high-scoring games, but... Yeah, those division rival games at the end are... I really don't like that because, like you're saying, the Ravens could be doing well, and then they drop 3 of these games, they're going to fuck themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like...
Yeah.
They're going to fuck themselves, but... I got them going 12-5. I think it's reasonable. The schedule is really not tough.
Not really.
It's really not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, like, there's no Rams on here. There's no Seahawks. There's no Niners. There's no Patriots. I think the Bears could be good this year. Drake just dropped Iceman. Caleb Williams on the cover. Watch for that shit. He paints his nails and shit. Watch for that, bro. Watch for that. He might be an MVP this year. Yeah, like he does. Just watch for that nigga this year. Yeah, like they play the Bills. They play them in like October, I think that is. I got them losing, but again, like there is no real juggernaut. The Texans. Again, there's like 2 teams that I think have a comparable roster, or the Cowboys. That's 3 teams that I think have a comparable roster to the Ravens out of the 17 games they play. So, again, I really don't fucking care if these niggas go 16-1. If they don't do anything in the playoffs, then like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibe I've had with them for I don't know how long. If they don't do anything in the playoffs, I don't fucking care, bro.
The AFC's up for grabs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't care if they win 9 games and get into the playoffs and then win a bunch. I'd rather see that happen, honestly. Like, I don't care about the regular season, bro. I've seen Lamar win 2 Super Bowls. I've seen him 2 MVPs. I wish 2 Super Bowls. Seen him get 2 MVPs. Seen him be the number 1 seed multiple times, and then they get into the playoffs and forget how to play football. So
I can see y'all winning 9 games and making the playoffs with like what I see the strength of the AFC, which shifted. It's crazy. Like, rewind 3 years ago, the AFC was a powerhouse, especially when it came to offensive power. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, let's see. What was it? Let me see the AFC.
Your floor's got to be like 11, bro. Like, this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a good schedule for you guys. Like,
especially the way that this laid out. Like, again, the first like month or 2 is like pretty easy. Yeah, like last year the AFC was the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jags, the Steelers, the Bills, Texans, and the Chargers. I don't think any of them are like amazing teams. Like, the Broncos are good because they have a good defense, but we don't have to play them. We don't play the Patriots. Yeah, like,
that's a free dub in my head.
The Patriots.
Yeah. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, if they played them, I wouldn't be mad or scared if they played them, especially if they played them at home. Like,
if they rolling out a similar team to what they rolled out for the Super Bowl. I don't know if many teams should fear them. Be real with you.
Yeah, and they got a whole Mike Vrabel shit going on. Like they powered him in the
drama
media
there.
shit,
like that's an open wound in the league right now.
Yeah, literally. I don't. Again, like you're saying,
13 market now.
4-13.
All right, some 59 seconds or 59 minutes and 43 seconds. Write that down.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have not looked at their schedule, so anyone who wants to hold me to that.
I mean, like I said earlier, their opening schedule is like brutal.
It's gonna be
brutal,
and they weren't even good. And to my knowledge, they didn't get much better, especially considering that they didn't have much to work with in draft picks.
Yeah.
I don't think they're an amazing team. Like
back to the
like
fact
Sale
that
said, they benefited from a very easy schedule last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They really did.
Who knows?
Their secondary is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, looking at it, but
I mean, Christian Gonzalez is probably one of my favorite defenders to watch. I will say that, especially from I didn't get to watch him a lot last year, but from watching him, especially in the Super Bowl game,
yeah, he's the only reason they didn't get fucking blown out.
Yeah, he's a real problem. Like he can eliminate a portion of the field for you.
Literally, he's good. He's definitely good. He showed it last year.
For real.
But yeah, that's our early schedule predictions. Again, sorry for the lull in videos. We've had some technical issues that we might get worked out. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate y'all coming in. And hold on, let me go ahead and. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out producer.
It's been shout out to Katana, you know what I'm saying? Katana on the track.
Shouts out Katana.
Next time we're gonna try and find some more consistency with this. So y'all probably gonna hear this video on Thursday, and y'all hear from us again next Thursday. So we'll holla at y'all. All love.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya.